everyone, and welcome back to the Breakdown Tech. Today, I'm going to be talking about a $550 VR gaming PC build that will allow you to play with an Oculus Rift any VR games you want, as Oculus just lowered their minimum requirements for the Oculus Rift. So awesome stuff there, and that is actually why this build is possible. But before we get on into it, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content exactly like this every single day of the week. We post tons of awesome build guides, tons of awesome stuff related to PC gaming, so I'm sure you will like it. Also, be sure to check out any and all of the parts I mentioned in this video in the description down below, linked on Amazon. If you go through any of those links and buy anything on Amazon, it supports our channel at no extra cost to you, so we really do appreciate that. Thank you very, very much for doing that in advance. Now, let's go ahead and jump on into this build. And for the build, we're going to be going with an AMD Ryzen 3 1300X. This is going to be a competent CPU. It's got 4 cores and it boosts up to 3.7 gigahertz, which is going to be plenty for any and all VR gaming that you're going to be doing. Now, with this system, I will mention you're going to be maxing the settings in VR, right? You're just not going to be able to do that. However, you are going to be able to play on low settings, if not medium settings, on pretty much any VR compatible game out there with the Oculus Rift. So awesome stuff there, and I'll also link an Oculus Rift down below. If you're looking to get into VR, you'll need that, but that is not included in the price I'm going to be including with this video. So that does kind of suck, but it is an additional cost that if you're looking to do VR, you'll have to do. However, if you're buying this is just a normal gaming PC, no worries, you're good to go. However, we're going to need a motherboard to put our Ryzen 3 1300X in, and for that we're going with an MSI B350M Pro VD Plus Micro ATX motherboard. This is going to allow for 32 gigabytes of RAM in the future if you want it, but really and truly putting that much RAM in this system is a ton of overkill. It's also going to allow for Wi-Fi and sound card expansion or any other PCI expansion you want to do, with 2 extra slots there once we put our graphics card in, so that is incredible. And overall, this is just going to be a solid board for a VR build. Now, speaking of RAM, we're going to be going with 2 4GB sticks of GEIL Gel Evo Forza DDR4 RAM. This is going to be competent RAM. It's an off-brand, but guys, by going with an off-brand, we're saving some money, and that is how we can get this build under $550. RAM is the most expensive part in many of these gaming PCs I build these days, so it's extremely important we get it as low as we possibly can while still maintaining great speed and all that stuff. So that's what we're able to do by going with this off-brand RAM for this system. Now, moving on to hard storage, we're going with a personal favorite of mine, and that is a 1TB Western Digital Caviar Blue hard drive. This is going to serve you well for your operating system and games, and you should be able to hold plenty of games on this HDD. You might have to upgrade in the future, but it's only going to cost you about $42 to pop in another one of these drives and set it up and be good to go and double your storage. Overall, though, unless you're keeping tons and tons of games actively on your HDD, you shouldn't have any problems with storage. And since it's Western Digital, I personally have never had any issues out of any Western Digital drive, and I have been using them for years. Eventually, sure, a hard drive will fail, but overall, they have stood the test of time, and I absolutely love that. Now let's move on to what you've all been waiting for, and that is the graphics card. And for the graphics card in this system, we are going with a 4GB NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti. This is an awesome graphics card that's going to allow you to game any and all games you want on medium settings, and on VR, play pretty much any game you want as well on low to medium settings. This is going to be a great budget GPU for a great budget build. So awesome stuff there. I approve of this graphics card, and I promise it will serve you well for a few years to come. Now, that's all of our internal components except the power supply, but we also need a case to put everything in. So let's go ahead and talk about our case, and for that we're going with a Cougar MX330 Full ATX mid-tower case. If you want to reuse this case on a build in the future, you can definitely do that with this system. It also has a beautiful side window, so you'll be able to build a system and see it inside and see your beautiful work all put together on the inside of the PC through that side panel. So Great stuff there, but we still need a power supply, and I don't like to skimp on power supplies. So for that, we're going with a 520 watt Seasonic 80 plus bronze certified fully modular power supply. Not only is this going to have plenty of wattage for us, it's also going to have plenty of great cable management. We're going to be able to choose what cables we want to use and not use the ones that we don't want to use. So not only are you going to have an awesomely managed cable build, right? It's going to be beautiful on the inside. You're going to be able to see it through that glass window on the case. So that's the build. What does it come in price-wise? Well, at the time this video is made, it comes in at $549.85. That sweet, sweet feeling when you just barely get under what you're looking to do with the build. Now, I will mention you will need an Oculus Rift to use this system with VR. However, if you wanted to build this system and then wait a month or two to get the VR headset, you could definitely do that and still game in the meantime, just obviously without VR. So that is pretty freaking awesome. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean the world to me. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. My name is Nick. This has been The Breakdown Tech, and I am out, guys. Peace.